In today's video, as promised, we're going to be trying out the new reformulated All Hours foundation from YSL. It is $66, made in France. It went from this to this. Even the packaging looks better, right? This old formula is something that I did like, but I never really loved. I always thought that it was a bit too dry, and I never recommended it for dry skin. The difference between these two foundations, in case you have the OG and you're wondering if you really need the new one, besides the bottles, they're completely different when it comes to the formulation. This is all skincare. It is infused with hyaluronic acid and jasmine petal. It's going to provide you day after day skincare benefits. Plus, in here, you're getting SPF 30. In the old one, you only had SPF 20. Even though don't trust the SPF that we get in foundations too much. Still go in with your regular SPF and then apply your foundation. Besides all that, the old formula was giving you a matte finish. This new baby is going to give you a beautiful luminous matte finish. This sounds a lot better than this. Just so you know, even though we're gonna do a wear test today, my mind, it's already set when it comes to this foundation, because this is something that, of course, I already tried before. When it comes to the shade range of these foundations, they switch it up. They're not the same. I used to be a B40 in the old formula, which is this one right here. And then I ended up picking up the shade MN1 in the new foundation. They're totally different shades. Wow. Look how pinky this one is, and this one is a bit more golden. We're gonna leave the swatches sitting there because I do want to see if they oxidize. Let's move on to the application part of this video. I normally just like to pump one pump directly into my brush. Okay, so that coverage, it's given. I brought you all the way in. It is gliding on the skin. Look how soft and smooth it's blending. And it's definitely full coverage. That was only a little bit. With and without. And the shade, it's spot on. I don't even have to blend it on my neck. Good job. I'm glad because I was super close to picking up MN3. That one would have been a bit too dark for me. Then the longer it sits on the skin, the prettier it gets. This was only a little bit, and look how much better the skin looks. Like, I'm happy just like this. I don't even have to build it up no more, but of course I will because I want to check the coverage. But damn, I'm loving how yummy and natural this looks. This foundation is looking so good that the reflection of it, it's already making the other half of my skin look a little better. I have no foundation on my forehead and anywhere in this side of the face, but you see how by only applying a little bit right here, it's making the rest of my skin look a little bit more evened out. Then another little trick is that you're going to let your first coat of foundation dry a little bit, and then you're going to go with the second coat. I'm going to apply one more pump. And then look at this finish. So blurring. Seamless. When you do it like this, you're not just layering one layer on top of the other layer all at the same time. All you do when you do that is just blend your foundation together, mix it up all in place, and that's it. That's the reason why you see streakings and little freaking ugly shit like that when you're blending your foundation. Also, when you do this and you apply one layer and then you let it dry for a few seconds and then you apply the other one, it's going to make your pore area look a lot less noticeable, because it fills them in a little bit more. Also, this is one of the new brushes from BK Beauty, the 109. It comes in her latest collection of 9 pieces, but I've been loving this little brush right here for foundation. Now let's move on to the other side. And the formula, it's super hydrating and weightless. And the glow, oh, look at this. You see it right away. And then you don't even have to blend it that much. Look at this. Done. No struggle. Always remember to never blend your foundation all crazy. Always in the same direction, going down. Remember that we all have peach fuzz and little hairs and little this and that we don't want to show. And when you blend your foundation up or all crazy, all you're doing is just disturbing all that. Now we're gonna let this dry a little bit and we're gonna apply the foundation on my nose, on my forehead. Now we have another little pump right here that this is what we're gonna use for this second layer. Press the foundation in. And look at this application. No streakings. Wow. We're done with the application and all you need to get this full coverage is literally 2 small pumps. You saw my pumps. They're super tiny. Didn't know that the old formula oxidized this much. Look how dark it looks. Ew. I mean, I get it. This is normal. Most of the foundations are always oxidize. But wow, that's a lot. This is a new formula. Let me just swatch it right here so you can compare how it looks freshly applied and then after it sits on your skin for a little bit. The MN1 is supposed to be neutral undertones, but at first it comes off a little bit yellow. But after oxidize, it does look very neutral. I'm not even gonna lie to you though. I'm already obsessing myself over this foundation. This luminosity, it's making the skin look so healthy, but with a soft matte finish. But let me go finish up my makeup, concealer, bronzer, and all that good stuff, and I'll be back. Alright babes, I'm back. Give this video a thumbs up right now if you like the look. I only apply a little bit of highlighter on my cheeks, on the bridge, and the peak of my nose. And I also use this bronzer from Tilbury because it's matte. I didn't want to do too much glow. I want you to be able to see that whatever glow I have going on my face, besides my highlighter, of course, it's coming from this foundation. Even though I already know what I think about this foundation, for sure. I put it to the test before for a couple of days. We have things to do today, and you know the drill. You're coming with me. We're gonna be wearing this foundation all day today. We're gonna do check-ins throughout the day, and I see you right here at the end of the day. It's like 12 noon. I'm still in my house. I still have to do my lips. I'm about to leave, and then I will show you how it looks in natural light. We have this baby on, and this is how everything looks freshly applied. Beautiful. And it feels like second skin. I did notice, and I want you to have in mind, that I have a bit of dryness right here on my mouth, maybe in both of them, but mostly right here. So if you see it, it's not the foundation, it's my skin. First of all, the weather is changing, and second of all, I'm back on retinol. I stopped using it for like 1 year before, so now my skin, it's really dry. See how it's like scattered? So I'm not sure we're gonna be able to see it, but it's there. Besides that, everything looks flawless. And even though, see how it's not sitting on top of the dryness, it's not making it look worse. I'm like right in front of the window, and look at my skin. Alright babes, I'm outside. It is really cloudy. I thought it was gonna be sunny, but I don't know where the sun went. And I already had the foundation on for about 3 hours. So far, so good. It feels and looks the same way that it did when I first applied it. For anything else, say other. To 7:22. I left the house like around 1 something, so I already had the foundation on for about 6 hours, and this is where we at. Still looks beautiful. 9:26. I just got home. I had it on already for about 9 hours, and it still looks perfect. Already inside of the house, but look how flawless the skin looks. Not even my smile lines are really setting like that, and I did wear a mask when I went to T-Mobile because people were coughing and I immediately put my mask on. I'm like a freak when it comes to that now. And see, I have everything right here, even on my nose. I have everything everywhere. My forehead, my whole skin looks so smooth. And look at my pore area. I mean, pores where you can even see them. I'm impressed. I mean, I've been impressed with this foundation because it's not the first time I wear it. But wow, it's making my skin look chef kiss every time I put it on. I'm back. It's a different day, different vibe, but I've been wearing this foundation all day and I look this good. It is 12:39, about to be 1 in the morning, and look how good my skin looks. I can't believe that we wore this foundation for about 12 hours. I mean, I left the house around 2 in the afternoon, and right now it is, let me show you the time again, 1:08 in the morning. And just so you know, I didn't prime, I didn't use setting spray, and all day I haven't touched on my face with no powder, no bloating paper, none of that. This is straight up all the goodness of this foundation. I lower my lights and you're all the way in. I know my eye look is fucked up, my concealer too, but this skin, it's looking juicy, it's glowy, but not too glowy. It's giving me the healthy finish, and it's not oily at all. My forehead looks like if I haven't touched it all day, and I did, and I really love how this foundation looks on top of my pore area. I have the dry patches that I told you earlier, and both on the side of my mouth. Actually, I thought it was only one. But even though after so many hours, this foundation is not making those dry patches look worse. Most of the foundations do, but I can deal with this. Even though my smile lines are creasing, this is very little. If I just go like this with my finger, back to life. Like I told you before, this is not the first time I used this foundation since it came out. I used it already a lot of times. With powder, without, set, not set, with many different products on top of it. Different powders, different concealers, and this looks beautiful with anything that you put on top. This is definitely one of those products that all you have to do is just put it on and forget about it. You don't have to keep watching it throughout the day. It doesn't cake, it's not gonna grease, settle, sit on top of dry patches, texture, none of that. Yeah, the most beautiful, healthy, juicy, soft matte finish. You see how right here my skin looks a bit more glowy because I do have a pinch of highlighter on my cheekbones, but in the rest of my face, you see how right here on my chin, my forehead, down here, I got the perfect luminosity, but it looks natural, not glowy. You totally don't feel it on the skin. Even right now, after so many hours, it feels so comfortable. I'm obsessed over this foundation. It is right there with the Givenchy, Valentino, and the Burberry foundations, and you know I love these. Obviously, that these foundations, they're all different when it comes to the finish and the way that they look on the skin. What I mean by being right next to these ones is that I love these foundations with a passion, and this new one from YSL, it is as good as this one. And if you tried these foundations before, then you know what I'm talking about. The one from Burberry and Valentino, they're a lot more glowy than this new one from YSL. Same thing with this ones from Givenchy. You got this one that is glowy, and then this one it's more matte. Let me swatch this one right next to the new one from YSL. Let's see which one it's more matte. See, the formula of this one from Givenchy is a lot thicker than this one, but let me just apply right next to it. You see how this one from YSL, which is this one right here, it's a lot more runny and liquidy than this one from Givenchy. This one is more of a thicker paste. And also this one from Givenchy have a little tiny bit more coverage than this one from YSL. I had a couple of babes coming to me telling me how much they don't like this new foundation from Hourglass, and I'm like, hold up. because this is another foundation that I'm loving with everything in my heart right now. This to me, it's bomb.com. But I guess a lot of you guys don't like it because it feels a little bit too makeupy. And I feel you, because the consistency of this foundation is tricky. It's a little bit too thick and heavy. You just have to make sure that you apply it the right way. If you apply a little bit too much of this foundation, it's going to feel too much like a foundation in your face, if you know what I mean. But I got good news. If you don't like this foundation from Hourglass, you are going to love this new one from YSL, because the consistency of this one, it's a lot more lightweight and thinner and delicate, and it still looks flawless like this one. And yes, like this one, even if you don't like it, because trust me when I tell you that if you apply this foundation the right way, only a little bit, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. See how this one from YSL, it's already running down, and this one from Hourglass, it's staying there. This one reminds me a little bit more of the matte one from Givenchy. It got more of like that thick paste. Even to the touch, this one from YSL feels a bit softer. If you don't like this one from Hourglass, I know that you're going to be obsessed with this one. If you want your skin but better in a bottle, this is it. That's it. Don't forget to let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about this foundation? Do you like it? You don't like it? You have it? You don't have it? Let me know, and I love you to the moon and back. Mwah. See you in the next one.